All right, everybody. Hey, it's great to be with you
Hello.
today. We're super excited. We have something really awesome we want to share with you. As you know, I'm Patty Quinn from We Heart Hounds, and I've got Hillary Buholtz here with me,
Hello, everyone.
a lovely and talented co-founder with me. And we just have some wonderful news we want to share with you. And I also have a little bit of a learning curve. There's something I want to learn about, and just thought it would be fun to bring you on and kind of help us all kind of learn together. So let me solve the mystery. We are always on the lookout for really amazing products, really high quality stuff to just pamper our pups. Who we have with us today, I've got Ginger. She's just kind of snoozing away here, trying to in my lap. And
Okay.
who do you
I
have
got
with
my
you
Lulu
today?
over here, and she's
Lulu.
wiggle worming a little bit, but
She is just, look at that
yes,
face.
sweetheart.
Oh, she's so sweet. Oh, so sweet. So we have our experts here with us today to help us out, kind of share the story or share some experience that they've had. Actually, more Lulu than
Yep,
Ginger. Ginger hasn't had this yet. So we have a product, and it's called what? My Bully Sticks,
yep.
right?
Yeah, mybully.sticks.com reached out to us, and neither one of us has had any experience with
Yeah.
bully sticks before. So this was a brand that kind of sent us the product to give a try and see how they would go. And so that's sort of I've given it a try over a number of weeks now, just to kind of see, give so it's not just a first impression, but give it some time and see if we had any issues long term. Are they still as excited about them as they were at the beginning? So
Right,
those
right,
types of things. So
right.
this video is kind of just to give you our or my impression, Lulu's impression, Leon's impression. He's over on the other couch. so, so yeah, they had a chance to try them. They've tried them over a little bit of an extended period. So, yeah. So I'm gonna give you my kind of
Yeah, I
two
would,
cents
and
about
I
it.
would love to know more because I am totally new to bully sticks and really don't, really haven't used those types of treats in a long, long time. I think a long time ago when our first dog, Daisy, was a puppy, and this is like years and years ago, we would give her like those Nylabone kind of treats and stuff that would hopefully last a long time, and she would chew through them in about 5 minutes and stuff. So I'm really curious to learn about bully sticks. I've heard people use them. It's something really popular, but I wasn't quite sure, and I'm really glad that you gave this a try so that we can kind of learn from your experience and see kind of what you've found out. So I guess my first question would be like, have you had experience? I mean, you kind of mentioned it a little bit, but like maybe not bully sticks, but these kinds of products before? Like, well,
So the probably the closest types of products that I've had experience with would be more like rawhide or just
okay,
bone or those types of things. And I haven't had very much luck with, and this was years ago with Leon, but with rawhide, they could tend to be kind of
they get all
tough to
wet and
digest.
mushy.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
so I haven't had the greatest experience with
yeah,
straight up rawhide, the different types that I've
yeah.
tried years ago. And then bully sticks I'd heard a lot about. I hear it's very popular, but I'd
Right.
never tried them. So this
Yeah.
was just an opportunity to give them a whirl.
Yeah, exactly. I know we'd tried rawhide years and years ago, again with our first dog Daisy, but I heard about the possibility of it being a
Mhm.
choking hazard and all that. So we just like cut cold turkey, and I've just stayed away from that kind of stuff. So I am really kind of curious. So when you got the box, like when you got the package, like what was your first experience? Like, because sometimes, the anticipation, it's like, okay, I'm going to get this thing. It's going to be interesting. Did it meet your expectations? Like, what did you
So
find?
yeah, so I was obviously I have Lulu. She's just a little over a year old. So she's a perfect candidate because and she loves sticks. Like that is her favorite
Yeah,
thing in the world is sticks and
that's
chewing
funny.
on sticks and things
Yeah,
like that. So I was like, I have a feeling she's gonna love these. This will be right up
yeah,
her alley.
Yeah.
But for Leon, he loves to chew. He was always a chewer, but he's 14 years old now. So he has
Okay.
less teeth. And
Yeah.
I was worried that it would be tough for him to really get the enjoyment out of them because they would be too
Right.
hard for him, or he
Right.
wouldn't really be able to get a grip on them or those types of things.
Right.
And
Right.
my very first impression was just being really excited that they went bonkers for them. Like the first time right out of the package, and they both got one, and at least a half an hour of
Oh, wow.
dedicated, just focused on chewing on them. Now, obviously, I was right there and
Right.
supervising because this was a
Right.
new thing for them. But Leon, he didn't chew quite as far down,
Right.
obviously. He didn't
Right.
make as
Right.
much progress, let's say, but
Right. Right.
was absolutely enthralled
Yeah.
with them, just like Lulu was. So, and
Okay.
actually, I would say more than Lulu. Lulu tends to be a little bit more timid with new things in general. So
Okay.
Leon was all about it as soon as it was out of the package. He was like, "Yep, it's all for me. I love
Yep.
it." Lulu
Yep.
was like trying to find a good place to really get down and start chewing on them, and then she loves them as well. And both of them, so the ones that I have, they come in different sizes, but I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay, baby.
She's
so
scared of the package.
so they're fairly long.
Okay. Yeah,
So
they're bigger than I would have expected. I would have thought they might be, maybe 6 inches or something, 5, 6 inches.
and they do have so if you have smaller dogs, you can
Yeah,
do
like
like 4 inch, yeah,
ginger.
4 inch or 6 inch. These
Okay.
ones are like 12 inch.
They
But they go,
yeah.
yeah, they go bigger than that, and they also go thicker. Or you can
Okay.
also get braided ones. So
Oh,
for
okay.
those really big dogs, like you can get kind of more substantial that'll
So if you
last
want it
them
to
long.
last longer, yeah.
Mhm.
If they're real chewers and they go
Yep.
through stuff, yeah. And it's all digestible, it's safe to eat,
Yep.
like all that.
100% all digestible and
Okay.
no added hormones, all natural.
Yeah.
It's from Brazilian cattle is the source for this
Okay.
particular brand. So yeah,
Okay.
and I like the fact that it's also obviously chewing. It's good for their teeth. So for Leon, it's nice to have him
Yeah.
have something that he can chew on and
Yeah.
keep the teeth that he has remaining as healthy as possible for as
Right.
long as possible. So that was
Right.
definitely one of the considerations.
Okay.
The other thing to the other consideration is they are high in protein. So if you have a dog that is on a restrictive diet,
Right.
those types of things, which Leon is more restrictive in his protein, so he doesn't get them very often.
Right. Right.
So this is definitely more of a special treat type of thing for
Yeah.
him anyways.
Right.
Now
Right.
Lulu doesn't have that restriction, so she's able to, you know, enjoy
Yeah.
them more often, but
Okay.
that's
Okay.
something to keep in mind if just know that they are high in protein, so
Mhm. Mhm.
that's a consideration.
Okay. And how many come in a package? Like how long do you think that package would last? Like you probably don't want to give them to them every day, right? They are a treat, right? You kind of want to spread them out over
you
time, or
I
like
would definitely not go more than one a day, and I think
okay.
one a day would be for my pups. They don't go through them in a day, so
Okay.
they'll last more than a day. For even
Okay.
for Lulu, they'll last longer than a day
Okay, good.
for us. So I think it depends on your type of chewer, that sort of
Right.
thing. So you're going to
Right.
kind of gauge it based on that. And
Okay.
the thicker ones might last longer depending. But for
Right.
us, I would say they last us 3 days. And what tends to happen is even if they both get one, Leon will chew on his for a while, make a little
Yeah.
bit of progress. Lulu will be chewing on hers, and then they'll kind of swap back and forth.
Right.
Lulu tends to get the majority.
Right.
She's doing more of the chewing, and she's just getting a
Right.
little bit further down there. But um, I'll put them up because I
Okay.
don't want them to,
Right.
especially for Leon, I don't want them to get too much of it. And I do
Yeah.
think if they start to get in small, I think that's time to either remove them, things like that. You could eat them all the way
Right.
down if you're right
Right.
there watching them. But
Right.
if it's something like Lulu had buried one in some blankets, so one of them went through it got down to about this size, and one of them went through the wash machine. So, but I think, just kind of knowing, keeping a
Right.
gauge on where they're at, that
When
sort
they
of
get
thing.
that small, they could be a choking hazard and
Exactly.
stuff. So yeah, and stuff like that. I like to any kind of edible treats like that that are long lasting. I kind of want to keep an eye on my pup anyway. You just want to kind of make sure that they're okay. So I mean, this sounds like we give it a thumbs up. I mean, there weren't any digestive issues or anything like because
So
I know
that was,
Lulu has sometimes that can be a problem, right?
yeah, and actually for Leon too. So it might be TMI, but for some
Yeah,
treats, their farts can like kill you. And sense adjusting their diet, and Lulu's never had it too bad as far as that, but
yeah.
Leon, oh my goodness, since adjusting his diet and things like that, we've really gotten that under control. And I was a little bit nervous to enter in a new treat. What are the effects? And so far, yeah, everything all positive. I really haven't had any sort of negative ramifications or anything that I would
Okay.
just keeping an eye on them is the only thing that I would say, once
Right.
they get down to that small level, knowing where they're at and keeping an eye on that, that would be my only recommendation for them. But as far as I felt good about the quality just when I went to myballistics.com and looked like what are the ingredients, are there any hormones, those types
Right.
of things, where are
Right.
they made, that sort of thing. I felt comfortable with it, but that's something that's, they make it very easy and obvious. They have a little FAQ as you're going through their site, so you can kind of check
Okay.
out some of that detailed information,
Okay.
just so you can gain that info for yourself as well.
Right. Right. Okay. Good. Good. Um, you broke up just a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that when you were talking about Leon and his experience with it. So I don't know if you want to go back and respond again, but just asking about their digestive issues and stuff. And obviously they have little stinky farts sometimes. But
Yeah.
what?
So that
I,
was what I was gonna say for
yeah.
Leon. That has certainly been an issue at times for him, and with these we didn't experience any of that.
Okay.
And then
So
same thing with Lulu, that hers will be more like loose stool, those types of
right.
things can be an
Right.
issue for her. We didn't experience any of that,
That's
so that,
wonderful.
yeah.
That really means that it's not upsetting the stomach at all, the digestive system at all, which is great to know. So
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think for me they were a pleasant I expected them to be, oh yay, these are neat and they're gonna enjoy them, and
yeah,
they enjoyed them way more than I think I expected, and
okay.
with none of the sort of side effects, because I do tend to I'll give them bones and things like that. They love bones,
Yeah.
but there are ramifications to, like, I
Yeah.
know this is a very special treat that you don't get very often, because it
Yeah.
does wreak a little bit of havoc. It'd be like
Right.
us getting, you know, cake and ice cream and whatever for,
Right, right, right. Exactly.
there
Exactly.
are some
It's a little rich
ramifications
for their
to those.
system. Yeah, it's just richer,
Yeah.
obviously.
But with
So
these, I didn't experience that at all, and they loved them just as much, if I might even say more, and it kept them busy longer.
that's what
So
I love. Like, there's so many things just listening to you, and I hope everybody else that's hearing this is kind of getting the same takeaways. So, they're all natural. They last a long time. If you have a puppy or a dog that just gets bored easily and you want them to have some focus time and play time where they can really enjoy and kind of have fun with that treat or whatever. That, I mean, these sound like the perfect thing. I know when Daisy was a puppy, like anything to give us 5-10 minutes
Yeah.
of just quiet time. You can't tell your pup to turn on the TV and watch cartoon for a half hour while you cook dinner or whatever. Like, it's hard to get focused attention for pups, and I think this is a really great thing. And then to have no digestive issues, right? Really just, and then they're so happy and excited about them, you know, that they don't get bored easily with them. I mean, that's another really big thing. So because I think even with the Nylabones that we were giving Daisy, we couldn't give her too many of those at a time because those seem to kind of cause a little digestive upset if we were to give them, you know, too close to each other, you know, because she'd go through one in a day. If we gave her one the next day, you know, it was not a good situation. So for her, she, you know, just gave her upset tummy and everything. And that's the last thing you want to do when you're trying to pamper your pup and give them something fun and to enjoy. So I'm really excited about this product. It sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to maybe giving some, you know, getting some for Ginger and see how she does with it. And I really appreciate you sharing your experience with us because, I mean, that just is, it's so nice to know somebody who's tried it and what their, you know, honest opinions are about it. And it just sounds like a real winner, which I'm really super excited about.
I definitely felt like it's a good fit for our pups. I feel comfortable. I wouldn't go more than probably, I don't do more than like one a week. Now that lasts more than one a day, you know. But, and also with Leon, I'm cautious about how much he's actually getting because he's got a restrictive diet. But if you have any concerns, you know, obviously your vet or you know your dog as well. So for me, they really do work well and my dogs enjoy them. So that's, I mean, thumbs up from Lulu for sure.
Well, that's great. Yeah, as Hillary said, be sure to check with your vet if you have any doubts or concerns or anything like that. Check with your vet first. Obviously, it's a food product and we can't recommend it for every dog in every situation, but it seems to be like a real winner for you. And I think it might end up being one for us as well. I can't wait to give it a try. Now, how can anybody go get the bully stick? Like, where do you go get it? It's mybullystick.com or
mybullystick.com, and we will have a link that's available here as well. We do make a small commission off of that link, so you do not need to use that link by any stretch. You can just type in My Bully Stick if you want to, but so that link is available on here, and with that link you can also get 10% off your first purchase. So that's the other advantage of using that link if you want to as well. So
Super. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing everything. You know, it's kind of weird to sit here and chat about these kinds of things, but I do think it's really helpful, hopefully, to everybody that's watching the video, and it definitely helps me out. I mean, it really gives me kind of a peace of mind to know that might be something we could really try and spoil our pup with. So anyway, thank you so much, Hillary. I really appreciate it. And if anybody else has tried My Bully Sticks, please leave a comment below. We would love to know your experience. Again, I mean, I think just the whole community kind of sharing their knowledge is really, really helpful. So use a link, get 10% off, and let us know how it goes, or if you've had them before in the past and, you know, it's a regular treat at home for your pups, we'd love to know as well. So
yes, absolutely.
Thanks, everybody. Right. Thanks, Hillary.
Thank you.
Bye, Lulu. Ginger says goodbye, but she's a sleepy pup today. Bye to Leon, too. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lulu.
Oh, look at that.
Who's a good girl?
Oh, yeah. That's great. Yay, Lulu gets a treat for being a star of the show.
Good job, sweetheart.